Did you know that Lisa, who's a part of the current season of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, did you know that she is a very big-hearted person? Not only is she big-hearted, but she's also open-minded. But not only is she open-minded, she's also spontaneous. But apart from being spontaneous, she's also adventurous. And can you also believe that she is a self-proclaimed klutz? Would you believe me when I tell you these things? I mean, why not? Because you see, the reason why I say these things was these things come straight from the horse's mouth. As you can see, right on her TikTok page, she says that she is a big-hearted, open-minded, spontaneous, adventurous, self-proclaimed klutz. Yeah, that's a whole lot of words for somebody who really sees themselves in this way. But we're not here because of how she sees herself. We're not here because she has labeled herself these various different phrases and names. We're here because of something that has been discovered as of late when it comes to Lisa has Lizzie. This is obviously the name of her page. But why are we here? Well, it seems to me as if somebody was scrolling around and then they discovered that Daniel isn't necessarily the only man in her life. Nor is he only, and not only is he not necessarily the only man in life, but he's also not the only Nigerian man in her life. And not only is he not only the only Nigerian man in life, but he's also not only the only Nigerian in life that lives in Nigeria. Let's get into it, folks, because boy, when this discovery came in, I was like, whoa. Hold on a minute, things are getting rather interesting. So, it has been exposed, okay, that when it comes to herself in particular, she has a, let's say, a very interesting range of comments on this young man's account. And as you can see, the first one says, "Sexy preacher boy." Okay, calm down. "Sexy as F." Okay, calm down. Sexy, and as you can see, it's going on and on and on. And the thing that's interesting about all of these posts is that they all were literally discovered, and they've all happened in which month? January of 2026. So this is a man that is currently on her radar, a man that she's clearly fond of, which does make things even more interesting, because the thing is, right now we are seeing her on 90 Day Fiance before 90 days with her partner Daniel, and she's taking no shame in any shape or form by still having Daniel on her page and making sure people know that Daniel is her man, and obviously that they are on the show together. So therefore, it really does bring the question. Normally, I could sit and say to you folks, well, here's the thing. Maybe her and Daniel's relationship finally ended. Maybe her relationship with him is over and now she's moved on to somebody else, and this new person is a new person in her life. That's how we can look at it. All right, easy as 1, 2, 3. But then also on top of that, usually when that happens, well, we wouldn't necessarily see that person with someone new, if that makes any sense. So really and truly, this is where things are getting interesting, because people are trying to get answers from this man. They are trying to ask him questions, but he is not responding at this current time, and nor is Lisa. So the question really remains, a lot of people do generally believe that Lisa is scamming Daniel as much as he is scamming her. So I do wonder if, one, she is either still with him but still trying to look for another Nigerian man, or if she's no longer with him but now she's got a new target of a new Nigerian man who she believes that maybe she can get the better of, but in reality that guy's probably scamming her too. And to be honest with you, that guy looks even younger than Daniel, and we already know the age gap between her and Daniel anyway, so that does make things rather interesting, a bit more if you know what I mean. But when it comes to Lisa, the other thing that we have to talk about is that well, she said, I quote, that "I have been with women for 21 years. I left men behind, and coming back to men again is just something that I don't know if I can do." Listen, we saw the scene when she first had intimacy with Daniel, and she obviously explained about how it was and the reintroduction of a male piece, you know what I mean? But obviously being inside of all that shebang, blah, 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 blah. I mean, listen, I just feel like there's a lot going on here, and I really do now question if this woman really was a lesbian for 21 years. And, you know, it really changes things. It really does change things. I do believe that in this gap since her last relationship, there's been a lot of other things that's happened in her life. Maybe Daniel was the Nigerian man that she finally convinced to come on the show with her. Maybe that's what the goal was the whole time. And maybe now her relationship with Daniel's over, and now she's looking for another new Nigerian man to then reappear on another season of 90 Day Fiance as well. I mean, I don't know, but one thing that I do know is that sometimes we have seen other cast members literally go out the way to find someone new to come on the show with them. Remember Miss Debbie? You know what I mean? She was on the show originally with a guy from Morocco. Forgot his name again. The guy was who was younger than her own freaking son. He was like 19, 20, 21. We did all the painting and stuff. Then she came back again with Ruben the Cuban, and then it was exposed that she literally recruited Ruben the Cuban off a dating website. You know what I mean? So you never know if that's the angle that Lisa's really looking for. But either way, do what you will with the information, ladies and gentlemen. Just know that Lisa is on the prowl for another man right now. And I'll tell you this now, folks. If you as a black man in Nigeria, enjoy yourself. I am neither one of those two. I'm a black man from Zimbabwe who lives in the UK, so I'm good. I'm clear. I'm in a good place. I'm safe. Even though it'd be an instant block. Yeah, I'm gonna lie to you folks. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.